Hi everyone, this is Shambhavi, and today we're going to talk about how to stop being a people pleaser. Honestly speaking, being a people pleaser is such a sad thing, and I don't blame you for being a people pleaser. I've been there, and I've been there for the longest time, but honestly speaking, it needs to stop. Like, it's not a good thing to do. You think it's good to have everybody like you, but it really isn't. Plus, being a people pleaser literally does not guarantee that everybody's gonna like you. That's for sure. So, let's move on to the video and we're gonna see how to deal with this and how to get out of our people pleasing habits. Chapter number 1. So, in this chapter, we're basically gonna figure out whether you are a people pleaser or not, okay? And the main 3 points that point towards you being a people pleaser are literally so easy to understand. The first point is tolerating disrespect. If somebody is literally like saying bullshit to your face, calling you names and whatnot, and you do not stand up for yourself, honey, that's not okay. You need to tell them that you don't appreciate it, that you don't like it, and they need to back off. Okay? Second point, that when people literally ask you to run errands for them every now and then, like honestly, if it's like rare and if they just genuinely need your help, you would know. That's something I'm trying to tell you. If they actually needed your help, you would see it in the way they are speaking to you, in the way they're asking you to do the task. Okay? And most of the times when people ask you to run errands, if they sound bossy and if they sound cold-hearted and if they sound like if their tone literally sounds like you're a slave, you're supposed to run this errand for me. If that's what you can tell from their tone, honey, say no. Be like no. And if they say I don't know why you're saying no, it's just a small task. It's not. I just don't want to do it. If they ask you why you don't want to do it, just say I just don't want to. I don't want to. I can do it for you, but I don't want to. Unless and until they're asking for it in like a pleasing way, which most of the times people don't, especially if they found out that you're a people pleaser. Your actions literally give away the fact that you're a people pleaser. So when you start running errands for people, like the most basic errands that they can run themselves, it's not even like they're busy. They're just sitting, they're gossiping with their friends, and then they ask you to run an errand for them, and then you're just like, oh, okay, I'll go, I'll do it. You're giving it away. You're literally telling them, I'm a fucking doormat, walk all over me, make me do whatever you want me to do. Don't do that. Seriously, don't do that. Third, now this one is basically your gateway to stop being a people pleaser, like standing up for yourself. If you're a people pleaser, you're not going to be able to stand up for yourself and you're going to do whatever they ask you to do. So, first of all, let's jump back to the first point, which was tolerating disrespect. And in that scenario, most of the times, they don't say it to your face. Sometimes what they do is they disguise the disrespect in terms of jokes. They crack mean jokes about you, like they literally just want to disrespect you, but they say it out loud, and when you do stand up for yourself, they say, it was a joke. Like, you're so serious, it was a joke. Like, they literally start being like, so they take so much offense, they're like, oh my god, it was just a joke, calm down. Hear me out. Even if they say it was a joke and you feel like, oh, maybe it was a joke, oh my god, am I this like sensitive? Yes, it's fine. Be sensitive. If any sort of joke that other people are cracking about you, if it harms you, if it makes you feel unwanted, if it makes you feel bad about yourself, you will speak up for yourself. I don't want you to say that, oh, but they said it was a joke. Do you think it was a fucking joke? It wasn't. They were disrespecting you. They're just looking for reasons to call you names, to disrespect you and to make fun of you. You need to stop that. You need to make sure that these people know that you're not some fucking doormat that they can walk over. You're not. You will not tolerate any sort of disrespect that other people throw at you. That is not okay. Alright? Chapter number 2. In this chapter, we're basically going to cover how they view you. Like, you must think that, oh, being a people pleaser is going to make everybody like me. It isn't. It's not going to make anyone like you. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. If people really wanted you to be in their lives, and if they really liked you, they would not make you run errands for them. Errands that they can actually run themselves. Things that they can actually do by themselves. They don't even need your help, but they're gonna make you do it. Just because you lack the courage to say no. Oh my god. Anyways, so basically, what they view you as is a slave. They're gonna be like, oh, this person has zero self respect. This person literally doesn't like themselves. This person doesn't know how to stand up for themselves. We can make them do whatever we want them to do. Is that how you really want people to view you? I mean, think about it. You're being a people pleaser. You're going to run errands for these people, thinking that, oh, if I do this, they're gonna like me. And this is literally what they're thinking about you. This is actually what they're thinking about you. So you must think that when you are a people pleaser, everybody's gonna like you. Like, this is literally what goes on in your brain. That is exactly why you are a people pleaser. You're going to think that, oh my god, I should do this for this person. They will think I'm their friend. They're gonna make me their friend. I'm gonna have friends. And usually, this is something I need to tell you. Usually, the people who don't have friends, the people who are loners, who are the kind of people who like don't hang out with a lot of people, they are people pleasers because they think that other people's validation is so important. This is literally what goes on in their brain. That's literally what's going on in your brain. You think that by pleasing other people, by doing what they want you to do, they're going to like you. They don't. You're gonna think you're gonna gain friends. You're not. In fact, what you're going to do is become a slave for a person who doesn't value you. I mean, obviously, if they valued you, they wouldn't treat you like a slave, but basically, you're gonna be a slave for free. They think that you are a person who's easy to manipulate. They do not think of you as a friend. That's something I need you to know. They do not look at you like you're their friend, like you're someone important to them. They just view you as a doormat. And I've said this before in this video itself, that they are going to view you like a doormat. That is literally all that you are for them. They don't think of you as a person. They don't think of you as a friend. They don't care about your feelings. They do not think that you are a nice person and that you will be good friends with them. No. No. So, what exactly do I mean when I say that this person doesn't view you as a friend, but in fact views you as a person who's easy to manipulate? They're basically gonna ask you to run errands for them. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, they seriously do not value you as a person. Don't you see that? You put them on a pedestal. You indirectly put them on a pedestal when you feel like, I want to be friends with this person. Why? Why? Can't you see that? They don't like you. They do not like you. They don't want you to be they don't want you to be their friend. They just want somebody who's easy to manipulate, who will do whatever the fuck they want them to do. They don't need a friend. They already have tons of friends. That is why you wanted to be friends with that person, because this person has like a big friend group. I'll tell you, I would literally describe exactly what exactly what predators look like in this scenario. It's going to be a big friend group with people who are going to crack jokes about you. Like, this is the first sign. The minute they crack jokes about you, mean jokes about you, that you genuinely think are not funny, and you don't stand up for yourself. The minute you don't stand up for yourself, you're basically telling them that, yeah, I will do whatever you ask me to do. And that is how they're going to give you just enough amount of validation to keep you around. They're not going to give you enough validation to like be friends with them and like be a part of their friend group, but they're going to give you enough validation to be around, to stick around, so that you can run errands for them. This is what they're going to do. This is how they're going to manipulate you. So now we move on to chapter number 3. Chapter number 3, honestly, is a very sensitive chapter, and it focuses on why you're a people pleaser. It focuses on finding out why you have people pleaser tendencies, and why you go around running errands for people who don't even like you. I mean, like I've said before, if they did like you, they wouldn't make you run errands for them, but okay. Anyways, so Chapter number 3, over here, what we're going to talk about is why you're a people pleaser, and honestly, most of the times, it roots through your childhood. uh, Children who haven't gotten enough validation, not only from their parents but from other, adult figures, or like even their friends, or even their teachers, their family relatives. These children end up being people pleasers because the lack of validation at a young age from your parents, mostly from your parents, leads to a decrease in self-esteem. It makes you feel like you're worthless. It makes you feel like you cannot do things by yourself. It makes you feel like you're not enough. And because you feel that way, you try to make that feeling go away by being a people pleaser, by wanting people to always want to have you around. Now, honestly, congratulations, you did win that. People do want to have you around, but not exactly for the reason why you wanted them to like you. They want to have you around not because you're a nice person, not because you're a kind person, not because you're a good soul, but they want to have you around because they see what benefits them. They don't want you for you. They want you for what you can do for them. That is the main point. And like, because you've lacked validation, because you were at lack of validation when you were a kid, it's really going to be a lot more difficult for you to step out of these people pleaser tendencies. But it's so important. It is very, very important for you to leave this behind, to understand that you are more than what people tell you you are. Like, being very honest, it's going to be difficult to let go of all of the craving of external validation, but it's important. You need to let it go. You can validate yourself. Even if you feel like you can't do it right now, you learn gradually. And the only way you're going to learn how to validate yourself is by first letting go of the need and the craving of external validation. It's literally that, like, simple. You just have to let go of that. It's going to be a little bit difficult in the beginning, but of course you can do that. You've pulled through so many things, so many difficult things in your life. You grew up with parents who weren't able to give you validation, which led to you being a people pleaser. And do you really think that you won't be able to grow out of this? You will. Trust me, you will. You're going to love it once you're out of these people pleasing tendencies, and once you're like a good, like nice, confident version of yourselves, and once you feel like, wow, I don't need other people to tell me that I'm an amazing human being. I know it myself. Literally, you're going to have so much fun when you realize that you don't need other people to tell you that you are a nice person, a kind person, a good soul to have around. You just need yourself to tell yourself that. And you just need yourself to believe that. And it's going to be a really fun journey. Honestly, the first time you stand up for yourself is going to be a little scary, but when you like practice that, and when you keep doing that maybe like multiple times, after you do it multiple times, you're gonna feel this good thrill. You're gonna be like, wow, I just said no to that person. I just told that person that I'm not going to run a stupid errand for them, and I feel so good about myself. That is literally how it starts. Think about it. You're going to love it. And just by listening to this, just by listening about how you're going to feel if you stand up for yourself and if you say no to other people, just by listening about it, you feel good already. So just imagine how good you're going to feel if you do that. It's going to be great. Moving on, chapter number 4. So this chapter focuses on how to stop being a people pleaser. Such an important chapter. So the first thing you need to do is start setting boundaries. If you're someone who is bad at setting boundaries, who doesn't know how to stand up for themselves, you can go watch one of my videos. It's all about setting boundaries and how to set boundaries. Just go and watch this video. I will also link it in the description down below so you can get easy access to that. So let me continue. So when I'm talking about setting boundaries, exactly what I mentioned just now, start saying no to other people. Stop being assertive. Stop being like, you know what? No. I'm not gonna run this errand for you. You can do it for yourself, and if you can't, well, then too bad. Because I'm not gonna go around letting you run me around like a doormat, letting you make me like do whatever you want me to do. The minute you say no, the first thing you're gonna feel is like a little bit scared, because you're obviously going to be scared about this person not liking you, because the first time when you say no, you're still not you've still not gotten rid of all of the people pleasing tendencies. You're just beginning. So you're going to be a little scared, but trust me, what they have to say about you isn't that important, because you know you're a kind person, you're a nice person, you're a very like good soul. If you don't have a bad intention towards anybody else, you're automatically an amazing person, and that's okay. Like, if other people don't like you for that, if other people don't like you for who you are, then maybe they shouldn't be around you at all. You setting boundaries doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a great person. It makes all of the relationships that you actually end up having worth it. Your relationships are going to be worth it once you set boundaries, once you communicate. And sometimes it may happen that this person is not innately bad and they don't like actually have bad feelings for you. So maybe just communicate. Just be like, you know what, I feel like you treat me like a doormat. Sometimes I feel like you treat me like a person who would run errands for you, and I don't like it. And if they don't understand in the first go, cut them off. Cut them off. Even if you don't want to, trust me, sometimes you just need to cut people off, even if you don't want to, because it's what you need to do. That literally takes me to my second point. Cut people off, even if you don't want to, because you need to. Sometimes what you want is a lot more different than what you actually need, and it's going to be difficult because obviously, in this scenario, what you want is different from what you need, and you're not always going to like what you need to do, but it's important that you do it. That is why it's a need, not a want. Okay. The third point for this chapter is self-reassurance, practicing self-reassurance. Honestly, I would recommend affirmations and journaling, like positive gratitude journaling and like just positive journaling. Okay. It's like, you how you should self reassure. Stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself that the people that are still in your life, they're not in your life because they're getting something out of you, but for they like you for who you are. These people, okay, these people are here because you do have good qualities, because you are a good person, because they see your value and they actually give a lot of importance to you. So when you say that to yourself, you realize that you don't need everybody to like you. You need quality people to like you. You need people who have morals and values that align with your morals and values. You want those people to like you. And honestly, why am I even saying want? You don't want them to like you. You shouldn't want people to like you. They'll just like you for who you are. The right people will always come back to the people that they need to meet. Like, you will never be alone for the rest of your life. There's honestly, if you've not had friends for like, the past few years, or like if you've never had friends in your life, trust me, that just means that's not the peak of your life. You're going to meet people who are exactly like you, who love growing, who love, themselves, who love being around people who are self aware, who have a lot of self respect. These people, now, obviously, you're going to develop self respect and self awareness as you go, but you will find your people. It's never going to be a bad ending for you without friends, without your loved ones. It's not going to be like that. You will find your people and you will end up having a really fun time. Don't you like that? Don't you like the idea of that? I mean, you do, right? And to actually live that, to actually be able to live that, to actually be able to experience that, you need to let go of your people pleasing tendencies, because when you keep these tendencies amongst you, within you, you're only going to attract people who want you for what you can do for them, not for who you are. And that's it. That's literally it. And there isn't much to this. It really isn't that hard. Maybe letting go of the entire like mindset of being a people pleaser is going to be a little bit hard. But once you start practicing assertiveness, and once you start practicing saying no to other people, standing up for yourself, and all of this, like maybe like self reassurance and all of this, once you start practicing it, you will realize that it really isn't that hard, and you're going to have a lot of fun doing that. You're going to have so much fun when you realize your own worth, when you realize that you're not some doormat. You're not somebody people can just toss around like a garbage tin or like a garbage bag or whatever. You are an actual person with feelings, with values, and like with morals, a person who has a lot of worth. Like, let people realize that not having you in their lives is actually bad. Let people realize that, not having you as a friend or a, you know, person, like a close person to them, is actually sad because you have so much to offer. And just because you have so much to offer doesn't mean you need to offer it to people who actually don't need it and just want you as a convenience. You know, when you have a lot to offer, you will attract people by yourself. You don't have to try to go around making people like you. That's what I'm trying to say. And all of that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope you guys liked it, and I hope you guys learned something today, and I hope you have something to take away from this video. I really liked making this video because I feel like it would have healed not only me, like not only like a childhood version of me, but also other people watching this. And I really hope that you can use all of this advice to become a better person and to stand up for yourself. And that's all for today's video. I will see you guys next week with a new video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Love you.